All right, so we're getting into our chat on that International Literacy Day, 8th September. That's today. That's when it's celebrated around the world. And I'm so privileged and very happy this morning to have a young Malawian author that's actually coming to join us. So thank you, Lindsay, for coming in.
My pleasure.
Born in 1999?
Yes,
Seriously?
19.
It's like, who was born in 1999?
Exactly.
But hey, so young, but you've got such a vision. Tell me a bit about this Missing Meteorite, the book that you have written and released as children are already reading it.
All right. So basically, this is a children's book. I specifically wrote it for ages 3 to about 12 years old. And this book actually centers on a young girl who is just like every Malawian girl, and her name is Toko. And this girl is very motivated. She's passionate about museums. And museums are places of education because I have worked there and I've seen how children are so passionate about looking at things that interest them in the museum. Yes. So she goes there and she's passionate about that, but also she's brave enough to report about issues that surround her because when she goes there, it's not what she expected. Something goes wrong and she's able to take that initiative to try to make things right.
Okay.
Yes.
So first off, I'm thinking, why a book on a museum in terms of this is an actual museum that you
Yes,
wrote about? I
yes.
think that's something that's important that needs to be noted. You didn't write about a fictitious place
Yes.
somewhere, a made up situation.
magic land.
Yes. Why was that the choice for you?
All right. For me, when I was writing the book, I wanted to write something that we can say that this is Malawi. This is ours because.
And what museum were you writing about? Just so
This
people
is
have
the
an idea.
Chichiri Museum
Okay.
in Blantyre. Yes, so I wanted to write something that we can say that we own this, and something that our children can say that this is something we have because we have been told stories about Malawi, and they've told us about Malawi, Malawi being one of the poorest countries. That's not what I wanted to write about. I wanted to tell Malawi's story in something that we own amazing things like a meteorite
Yes.
that actually exists in the museum. Yes, so that's why I wrote about the museum. And as I said, that there's this thing called educulture. So it's using culture and education, emerging them as something to use it so that children can learn from. So I wanted to merge culture and literacy together as well.
I think that's one of the things that I appreciate about the book. I've had the opportunity of reading it. It's one of my baby's favorite books. She's always talking about
Wow.
Togo, which I appreciate because in the end, people have Disneyland. They go to Disneyland.
Yes.
They get to see the things that they read about in the books. On the other hand, we also need to, as you've put it, celebrate the spaces that we have, our
Yeah.
culture, the jewels and gems and whatever else we have that's
Yes.
rich about our country, and give it to our children, which is really important. And I love that you did that. Well, what are some of the key lessons though? Because I know that, as you've put it, educulture, which means you
Yes.
just didn't write for entertainment.
Yes.
There's a takeaway for it. What are some of the things that you wanted the reader to walk away with?
All right, so from the book, basically, I wanted children to also be brave. So that's why I put Toko as every young Malawian girl. She has even a familiar name to us. And I just wanted her to show girls that we can do this and we can be able to do this. But apart from that, as I said, that I wanted to bring culture, but I also wanted to bring scientific part of it. Because sometimes, like back in primary school, I wasn't very good at science. I wasn't so interested in science. But I wanted to bring the meteorite, which is something in space and something that is also a little bit complicated but fun for kids because kids love stars.
Yeah.
And we're putting a shooting star in this. So it's like science, education, culture, all merged into one book.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
So I know that the Adventures of Togo is where the Missing Meteorite book actually comes from.
Yeah.
Now, what is this Adventures of Togo?
Okay, so Adventures of Toko is something that kids should that shows kids about adventures. Like kids should learn to discover things on themselves because that's what they want to do, but also asking for help from adults. So this is kind of like a youth participation where it's not only leaving kids to do whatever they want, but having adults. Like in there, we have Togo's dad, we have some police officers that are helping. So it's something that we are putting young people to participate, but as they participate, they also need people who have already walked through those lines so that they can guide us.
I understand it's a series as well.
Yes.
What
it is
does
a
this
series.
imply?
So the series will come with different themes. So we saw this one is in educulture, but we'll also have something that I'm not going to spill out right now. But
But there is going to be another book
there is
coming
going
from the
so
series.
so
Okay.
it'll be coming out every year, and it'll be talking about situations, real life situations that young children face. So you can think about anything. You can think about child marriages. You can think about anything. It's going to be
okay.
very, very
Yeah, this
interesting.
will be interesting. I
Yes.
should say congratulations, born in
you.
1999. Guys, this is
Again.
still, yes, this is a major thing because we have some born in 1980, but we're still
Yeah.
not doing anything. And you
Yeah.
still were able to release your book in COVID-19 year,
Pandemic,
you know,
yes, which was
and you
hectic.
still did it. And
Yeah.
you're looking at having some book clubs with the children.
Yes.
But we've run out of time, so let me just allow you to give people your Facebook name so that they can find you on there and see how they can get their kids on your book club and how they can get the book as well. So what is your Facebook tag?
Okay, Lindsay in Dafera Katchika. But if they also search Lindsay Katchika-Jere, they'll definitely find me.
Do you have a page for the book?
Yes, I have a page for the book. It's called Lindsay's Books, but they can just go on The Missing Meteorite and it will link them to Lindsay's children's books.
If I search The Adventures of Toko, will I find anything?
Yes, you will find it.
It's easier to remember because spelling your meteorite now.
Exactly.
So please, today we celebrate you and all the authors in Malawi, across Africa and the world for the work that you're doing, making sure that we are getting literacy going. And you're young, and I'm proud of you for the work that you're doing. So can't wait to get the next book out and of course see where this one goes. Very important and good work that you're doing. So guys, you definitely want to stick around as we continue because but that's it about Literacy Day. Stick around. Thank you. Yay.